Update 2 on Am I the A-hole? My husband is accusing me of financial infidelity, aka my husband is trash. My husband finally calmed down enough to have a conversation with me. As many others who have provided comments suggested, it wasn't really about the money, but a window into larger issues in the relationship. Essentially, my husband is feeling increasingly unhappy with me for a while for the following reasons. In general, he feels that a lot more time is committed to his career development than to mine. It's true that although we currently have about the same income, the ceiling for his field, finance, is a lot higher than the one for mine, tech/software developer. So I mean, she's smart, she's making as much money as you, and you're still complaining. Like, and of course, if she made more than him, he would complain about that too. He's currently in an executive training program, and I'm decidedly not. He's feeling resentful that he's having to work long hours in a high pressure environment while I get to work primarily at home doing something that is fun and is fairly easy for me, and I'm not stretching myself to do more. He's concerned that over time, these resentments are going to build and that I'm not going to end up pulling my weight financially if he takes a huge leap in his career and I don't. She's already making $200K. Like, seriously, you're just bitter that you have to, do these grueling hours for a job that you studied and applied for. That's not her fault that she picked something fun and she's actually making good money doing it at home. I mean, I would be jealous, but I wouldn't begrudge the person. I'd be happy for them. He remarked that since getting back into gaming a few months ago, I have been putting a bit less effort into cooking. I do nearly all the cooking because I work at home and have an easier schedule. It's true that I've been fixing simpler meals, things like grilled chicken salads or chili with cornbread. What's wrong with that? Instead of elaborate meals with fussier foods and several sides. What is this, the 50s? Like, it's like, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie The Help, but this is what this reminds me of. Like, of course, man comes home and he expects, like, the whole table to be full. And she works a full-time job. Let's just remember this. She works a full-time job as well. He has also noticed that I haven't been doing the elaborate table settings I used to with flowers on the table, fancy placemats, etc. Honestly, I didn't realize he noticed or cared about this, but apparently he does. Acts of service are one of his main love languages, so overall he's feeling a bit neglected because of this. Boo-hoo you. He also feels like I'm not putting enough effort into my appearance. Not in the terms of weight body, I'm a long distance runner and slim, but in terms of things like clothes, hair, etc. It's true that I've never paid much attention to these things. Given that I work at home in tech, the standard appearance is extremely low and I far exceed that. I tend to buy simple practical suits at places like Target and Walmart. I don't wear much makeup and I keep my hair in a simple ponytail. I do glam up a lot more for date nights and other dressy occasions, but most days when he comes home from work to find me in a t-shirt and yoga pants with no makeup, and he wants me to make more of an effort. Why would you, I mean, I'm sorry, but like the men that think women are just going to get glammed up to just sit at home, why? I mean, I'm usually just in like, eyeliner, and that's it. And maybe like now I throw on a little bit of lipstick. I don't understand why you think she should be in high heels and, a frickin', ball gown when you come home just to serve you and kiss your feet. Oof. Are you guys enraged yet? Like, seriously, like the women, especially. I mean, men can be furious at this too, because it's just like it's just absolute nonsense. The bottom line is, because of all these things, he's starting to notice other women. Says he hasn't cheated, he's just noticed other people because he's regularly disappointed in me. In particular, given that he works in finance, there are a good number of very career-oriented type A women who manage to have fantastic bodies, be effortlessly polished and glam, and have more interesting hobbies. Then why did you marry her? That's just so rude. I'm sorry. It's so rude. He says he feels horrible about all this because he knows I'm a good person and that he's being judgmental. That it's not so much I've changed as that his own goals and expectations have changed in the past couple of years. The financial infidelity part came into it because he feels like I'm not really investing in myself and my relationship, thus cheating on our future in a sense. What kind of Andrew Tate bullshit cult pod did you come from? Sorry about the so many slang, but it's just like, oh my God, like, can it get worse? And it does. He also says he loves me enough to be honest. I do believe he's not trying to be hurtful. I really had to drag all this out of him. That he doesn't want us to drift apart and that he doesn't want us to be angry and resentful. And he knows he is asking for a lot. That's manipulation right there, honey. He's manipulating you. I know that many on this sub might say I should tell him to take a hike and call my lawyer. But I've been married for 10 years. I've invested a lot in this relationship, and I want to see if the marriage can be saved. So, a couple things. First, we did make an appointment with a marriage counselor and start next week. Also, I'm going to try to do at least some of the above. I'm not sure about making myself more professionally ambitious when I'm already happy with my work-life balance and we're already financially very comfortable. But I can at least try the other things, return to spending more time on cooking and decor, and fix myself up a bit when he's on his way home from work. Now that I know that that is important to him. I also know that in the end, I may feel like I am just tiptoeing around and contorting myself to please him, but it won't cost me much. Oh, I feel so bad for her. Like, she's really trying and she seems like a really nice person, and this guy is just manipulating her kindness. I cannot stand that. I also know that in the end, I may feel like I'm just tiptoeing around and contorting myself to please him, but it won't cost me much. Certainly much less than a divorce. It's so sad. She seems so kind and nice, and she's like, as she said, contorting herself to bend everything he wants, and he's just taking full advantage of that. I'll try it for a month or two and then see how we both feel. And I know I would always regret it if I didn't try. That was update 2. There's going to be a third and a fourth.